Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, the Member Portal Overview. My name is Ms. Shawn Lane here at Health Equity, and I will be providing today's session. Now, the purpose of today's meeting is just to really help you navigate and understand your banking information for your health savings account. In addition, we will be showing you how you can simply log in online to your member portal, and then once you're logged in, how you can best manage the account. Now, before we begin, I do want to let you know that this is just the third of a three-part webinar series that we host here at Health Equity. The first educational webinar is our Health Savings Account Basics, and that particular session is going to help give you a better understanding in general of the Health Savings Account. And then the second webinar is our Tips to Maximize Your HSA Savings. And that particular session is just going to allow us to dive in a little bit further into the HSA and just give you a better understanding on how you can really stretch your HSA dollars and really be prepared for your future. So we do encourage you to attend these additional sessions. You're more than welcome to do that by going to healthequity.com/webinars, where you can register for a live session that is held bi-monthly, or at your convenience, you're more than welcome to listen to a previously recorded session like you're doing so today. So with that, let's go ahead and begin. Now, these next few steps, I'm just going to simply show you how you can get logged in to your member portal account. So to begin with that, let's just take you to healthequity.com. From there, it's just going to pull up this login screen that you see here. If you've already established your login credentials, you can go ahead and enter those in the login screen. For those individuals creating their account for the very first time, you're going to go ahead and select just at the bottom here, create username and password. Once you click on that section there, it's going to bring you to a new login screen to begin verifying your identity. And then here we are. At this time, you are going to be asked to complete the verification code. This is just a very quick process, and once you've gone ahead and entered that in, you're on your way for the next step. All right. Now on this screen, you are actually going to see 6 simple steps with activating your account. Please be prepared to enter in your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your 5-digit zip code of your current residence, and then you'll go ahead and proceed with next. Now, you're not going to see this on the demonstration here today, but in addition to verifying your identity, you will be asked to enter in the last 4 digits of the account holder's Social Security number, and then the last 4 digits of the card that is on file. Once you've gone ahead and entered that information in, then you have completed the entire verification steps, and then you'll go ahead and just create your personal credentials. Once those credentials are created, that's what you'll use time and time again to get logged into your account. All right, so now that allows us to go ahead and log into our member portal account. Just bear with me while I just get logged in. All right, and then here we go. Here's our member portal account. Now, I do want to preface that this is a demo environment. Your personal account view might be slightly different, but the tools that you have access to will be the same. So here on the home page, you are going to see several different areas of interest. The first area of interest I want to point out to you is just on the top right-hand corner of your screen. From here, you're going to see your name and about a 6- to 7-digit member ID number. That member ID number will be located in the same location on every page, so it's very easy for you to find. This is just really helpful when referencing your account. Now, below your name, you are going to see 2 icons, a Contact Us icon and then an envelope. The Contact Us icon is just going to simply provide you with additional information on how you can get in touch with a Health Equity representative. And then the icon next to that is just the envelope here. And that particular icon is just really mail from Health Equity. This is going to provide you with helpful information regarding your account. Just to reassure you, you will never receive any junk mail through this feature. Now, additionally on this screen, let's go ahead and just view you towards the left-hand side. You're going to immediately see your available balance, your year-to-date contributions, and then your year-to-date distributions that you see here. This is just really helpful for you to continue to keep track of your expenses and your contributions going into the account. All right. One of the last things I do want to show you here is quick links. This is what I really like to use, especially if I'm in a hurry and I don't have a lot of time to spend on my account. This is going to allow you to quickly log in and pay a provider or quickly request reimbursement. In addition to, this is another way for you to make a contribution, review your transaction history, and then also another way for you to manage your investments. Now, you can also get to any of these quick links by going across these tabs here on your screen, and we are going to go ahead and just touch base on each tab here today. But before I do that, I do want to show you one more feature that you have access to that is rather new here with Health Equity. And just on the bottom right-hand side here, you are going to see this really on every page that you navigate on your member portal account. And this is just called the Show Me How feature. This is an interactive portal guidance to really assist you with certain tasks that you may need help with. It's going to directly take you to that area that you're questioning, and then from there, it's going to give you the prompts on how to complete that specific task. So just a really great feature that you do have access to. All right, so again, the remaining of the session, I'm going to go ahead and focus on these tabs across the screen. So first, let's go ahead and take you to My Account. We're going to hover over Profile, and then now take you to Profile Details. With Profile Details, this is just simply where your personal information is going to be held. We do ask for you to verify that your information is correct. We always want to make sure that this is up to date in case we're sending out personal information, such as your HSA debit card. You can always update your information just by selecting Edit, Update here in the respective slots that you see there to go ahead and update that. All right, let's go ahead and focus on some additional features that you have on this page. Let's go ahead and focus on communication preferences. This is where Health Equity can send you monthly account statements by mail or electronically. It is really helpful to know that if you do request to receive your statements by mail, there is a $1 paper statement fee. However, to avoid any fees and save trees, you can always request to receive your statements online. What's going to happen there is Health Equity is simply going to send you an email notification letting you know your statements are available for you to view. And then that's where you will go ahead and log in online to your member portal account and to be able to download those statements. And then next, we do have tax statements that Health Equity is going to send to you yearly. Again, those tax statements we can send to you mail or electronically. If you do request to receive them through the mail, just like I do, just to reassure you, there is no fee with receiving those tax statements. All right, and then the last couple things I want to focus on is the account payment contribution settings. Now, this just gives you the ability to go ahead and add your personal checking account or a personal savings account. A couple different reasons why you may want to do that is the first reason is this is another quick way for you to request reimbursement and get your funds back out of your HSA a lot quicker and easier. By doing that, that just allows Health Equity to send you funds directly into your personal bank account rather than sending you a check. You do receive your funds a lot faster that way, and there's no fee for that. Another reason why you may want to set up an EFT account is this is another way for you to go ahead and add more funds into your HSA account. So maybe you're setting up payroll contributions with your employer and you're having funds deducted out of your paycheck, which is really great. But another option is you are more than welcome to fund the HSA with your personal account. Just to quickly add on top of that, you may wonder, well, I've already paid taxes on those dollars from my personal account. Just to reassure you, you still will reap the tax benefit when you are putting funds into the health savings account. You just want to make sure that you file that at the end of the year with your taxes. All right, and then lastly, I do want to focus on the beneficiary information. Please, it's very important to make sure that you do have a beneficiary listed on your account. In the event that you were to pass away, it's important to make sure that you are getting these funds on over to a loved one so they can utilize the funds accordingly. It is helpful to know if you do list your spouse as a beneficiary, what would happen is if you were to pass away, that would allow Health Equity to go ahead and open up a health savings account for your spouse, and then we would transfer the funds from your account into their account so they can use it for their medical expenses. Anybody else that you do list as a beneficiary that is not your spouse would be taxed upon distribution. And then in addition to, you can always add contingent beneficiaries. And then lastly, speaking of beneficiary, it is also very helpful to know is if maybe you didn't list your spouse as a beneficiary, if you are legally married, then that would still allow Health Equity to go ahead and open an account for your spouse and transfer your funds in their account again. All right, so that's everything that I'd like to show you on this page. So let's continue on under My Account. And then I briefly want to touch base on statements. Let's go ahead and click on that and then view statements. Now with view statements, again, this is where all your monthly statements are held, so you can go back in time and retrieve a statement in question, in any year that you need to. And then in addition, this is where you can retrieve your tax statements too at any point. All right, so let's take you back to My Account. And then I want to focus and give some time to this HSA section. So account detail is really just going to show you what's happening now with your account, where you're currently at with your balance, and then your most recent transactions that are coming through. Make a contribution. I briefly touched base on this. This, again, just allows you to simply make a post-tax contribution directly into your health savings account. Interest rates, this is just going to show you what you currently are receiving with your health savings account. If you just quickly go ahead into interest rates, this is going to show you that it's based on a tiered balance here. But then also you do have available to enroll into Yield Plus that just slightly increases your monthly interest rate. And so you can read through that there. And by just opting into Yield Plus, you can do so at any time, opt in or out. And it's just really helpful to know if you do opt into Yield Plus, your funds are just not FDIC insured at that point. So just another option for you. All right, let's go ahead and take you back to My Account and then back to the HSA. And then we're going to take you to transaction history, but quickly you can go to contribution history and you can see all the funds that are going into your health savings account. All right, so again, let's take you to transaction history. This is very similar to a bank account that I'm sure you're familiar with. This is where everything going in and out of the account is tracked. So if you're using your Health Equity debit card, or maybe you're making a payment online from your member portal account, it's all going to be housed here. In addition, you're going to see any employer contributions that you're receiving, really any activity in the account, you can see it here. All right, and now let's go ahead and take you back to My Account. And then the last couple features I want to show you is Manage Cards. Manage Cards is just a really great feature that you have access to here. If you want an additional card to be ordered for your spouse, or maybe you have a child away at college, you can order an additional card for them. And you can go to this Manage Card feature, and I apologize with this being a demo environment. I can't show you quite how that's utilized, but you'll see here pretty easily how you can order an additional card. But you can also call our account mentor team at any time too. All right, back to My Account, and then the last thing I want to show you is let's go ahead and take you to Add, Edit Individuals. So it really is important to know, since this is an individually owned account with your HSA, you are the only person who may call in and inquire about the account as the primary account holder, unless you add another authorized account user. You can see here who is currently authorized. Now, if a spouse were to call in inquiring about why their card declined, if they were unauthorized, we would be unable to assist them and provide them with information. This can not only be frustrating for them, of course, but it is for us because we definitely want to help them. So we do encourage you to please go ahead and make sure that your significant others are authorized so we can assist them. You can do that here, or simply call our account mentor team, and again, we can do that over the phone for you right away. So that does conclude everything under the My Account section. Let's go ahead and move forward and take you to claims and payments. Now, claims and payments, this is really just an area where you can truly manage your claims and your payments. So let's take you to view claims here. Now, it is really great to know that in a lot of circumstances, health equity is integrated with your health plan. What that means is once a medical claim of yours is processed, that information is sent directly to health equity, and then that's going to be displayed automatically on this screen. If the claim we receive from your health plan is going to show a patient responsibility, you are given the option to pay a provider, request reimbursement, or even close the expense. Again, these are not bills per se. This is just another area for you to simply make a payment to your provider, or maybe you paid out of pocket for that certain expense. This is just another area for you to simply go ahead and request reimbursement. Now, if we do receive any claims from your provider, or your health plan is going to say source and then health plan there. Now, what's helpful to know, if we aren't integrated with your health plan, that is quite okay. There's no problem at all. You can still use this section to go ahead and still pay a provider. You're just going to need to provide us with just additional information, and it's still a really quick process, and we can easily do that for you. All right, so that's what claims and payments is, and just to touch base on the left-hand side here, you can always filter too if you're looking for a specific claim, and we can help you find that claim. All right, now let's go ahead and take you back to claims and payments. And now I want to show you how you can simply go ahead and make a payment to a provider and then also request reimbursement. So let's just go ahead and then select Pay Doctor Provider. So if we don't have a claim on file, again, not to worry. This is just how we're going to go ahead and manually do that process. So it's going to ask a couple of questions here. The first one is, from which account would you like the money to come out of? Of course, we want it to come out of our health savings account. And then the second question is going to ask, how would you like to enter the claim? Now, you have two different options here. You can simply enter your record and then send payment, or the second option is enter claim record only. You only want to use this option if you want to enter your claim information, but not send a payment. Maybe you just want to, maybe you're trying not to use your health savings account right now, but you want to go ahead and enter everything you're paying out of pocket for, and then your plan is to request reimbursement at a later time. That's why you may want to go ahead and use that feature. But if you want to send a payment, you always want to go ahead and click the first option, enter claim record, and send payment. Now let's go ahead and proceed with next. Now it's going to ask us, who do you want to pay? Do you want to pay your provider, or maybe you paid out of pocket and then you want to request reimbursement? In this scenario today, I'm just going to show you how we can go ahead and pay a provider. Let's go ahead and proceed with next. Now, before we can move forward, it's going to ask you the type of expense this is. Is this new or an existing expense? If this is existing, that's, we have that information on file. Or if it's new, we're just going to be asked for some additional information. So we're just going to indicate that this was a new expense. And then just for your record keeping only, it's just going to ask you a couple quick questions here. So we're going to indicate that this was for John Doe. And then the payment that we're making today, we're going to indicate the date the expense was incurred. So that date of service. So I'm going to say this was on October 1st. And then it was just one date of service. It wasn't a range. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the end date was on October 1st. Now I'm going to go ahead and indicate the expense type that this was. I'm going to state that it's medical. Now again, this is just for my record keeping only. If there's some additional information that you think is relevant for you to have history of and keep track of, then you can always indicate that here under expense details. All right, we're going to go ahead and proceed with next. Right, now I'm going to go ahead and indicate how much I want to send to my provider today. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate I need to pay $50. Now it's going to ask me who I'm going to make a payment to. I can go ahead and choose a provider that I've paid before out of my member portal account, or I can always go ahead and then enter in my new provider information. For time's sake today, I'm going to go ahead and indicate that I'm going to go ahead and choose a provider we've paid before, and I'm going to state it was for Dr. James, and that's going to go ahead and populate his information that I've entered in before. Again, we just want to make sure that you are entering the correct billing address. When you do receive that statement, just make sure you're getting that in accurately. And then also, it's just really important to enter in your patient account number so you can be assured that this payment is going to the proper account. All right, and then everything is there that we need, and we're going to go ahead and proceed with next. All right, before we can go ahead and finish this payment, our last page is just going to ask us to review that everything is correct there. So again, I just want to make sure I'm sending this to the correct billing address for the right amount to the correct account. If everything looks okay there, I'm going to go ahead and indicate on this checkbox that I've reviewed the payment information above. And then now that I hit finish, a payment will now start to get processed to be sent to my provider. Now, it's really helpful to know that you have access to this screen here, and this payment is going to be pending for about 24 to 48 business hours, or when you indicate that you want payment sent to your provider. Once that payment has been sent, then your payment is going to go ahead and disappear from this payment section. In addition to payments, you can always see what you've scheduled for the future or in the past, and then any payments that have been completed or maybe payments that have failed. Maybe you didn't have enough balance in your Health Equity account, so then that would show and reflect under failed there. Right, so that's just how you make a payment. Now I want to go ahead and go back to our claims and payments and then back to view claims. Again, as I've mentioned, view claims stores all of your claim information. So any claims that we receive from your health plan or any payments and reimbursements that you're making from your member portal account, it's all going to be here for you. So you're going to see here, now that we made a payment to Dr. James, my claim is now reflecting here. You can see that it's currently pending for $50. Now to get additional detail about that claim, I can actually go to details. And then again, you're going to see all the claim information that we entered in. But what's really great about it is what we're not going to see here today is it's going to show you additional information as to when that payment was released to your provider. When did Health Equity send that out? Now, there could be some cases that your provider is saying, hey, I never received payment. Well, that allows you to go to this section here to see exactly when Health Equity sent out that payment. And then you would be able to see if the provider received that payment and if that payment was cleared. If that payment was cleared, that means the provider did receive that payment and then that payment was cashed. And then you will see a reference number that you can go ahead and provide your provider, and they'll be able to search for that check number more easily and to better locate that payment there. So just know we do provide you with additional information so you know where your payment is going and is at all times there. All right, one of the last things I do want to show you under claims and payments is now view receipts and documentation. It really is important to know that Health Equity will not be verifying that funds from your health savings account are being used for a qualified medical expense. This really is going to be your responsibility to keep a hold of your itemized receipts or your explanation of benefits that you receive from your health plan. So in the event that you were to be audited by the IRS, it's just really important to please make sure you have those documents on hand. We do suggest to please keep a hold of your documents up to 7 years, as that allows the IRS to go that far back. Now, if we are receiving claims from your health plan under the claims and payments and view claim screen, then those claims we receive from your health plan, that is sufficient documentation. Now, if we don't have those claims on file, then another way is allow Health Equity to help keep track of those expenses for you. So what you can do is just simply upload your itemized receipts or your explanation of benefits right to this documentation library, and then it is housed here indefinitely, so you can go back at any later time to retrieve your documents in the event that you are audited. So just know we do try to assist you as best as we can. All right, now one of the last things I do want to focus on is the docs and forms section. And now let's go ahead and take you to general forms. Now you're going to see here off the bat, there are a lot of forms housed here, really for your convenience. You may not need to touch really any of these forms, but they're here just in case you do need them. So just to go over some commonly used forms, you can always fill out your beneficiary information here on this form. Account closures, the HIPAA authorization form, that's really important. If we are receiving claims from your health plan and your dependents are older than age 18, then their claims are going to go ahead and come on over as private. So if you did need to pay for claims on your member portal account, you want to be able to see what those claims are or where your payment is going for that matter. So to release that information, your dependents would need to fill out this HIPAA authorization form. All right, so that does conclude really everything that I'd like to show you here today. Again, there's just a lot to show you. You can do a lot on this member portal account. And so let's go ahead and just take you towards the end of the presentation here. So just bear with me. And before we end here today, I just do want to go over a few more powerful tools that you do have access to. So in addition to your member portal account, you have always access to your debit card. Your debit card is where you can go ahead and pay for your qualified medical expenses. So it is important to know that that debit card can be used at medical establishments. And then in addition to those two great features, you also have access to your mobile app. This mobile app, you can choose to download it. It is free for all iOS and Android users, and it is called Health Equity. It's just one word, and the mobile app can really allow you to do almost the very same thing that you can do on your member portal account. You can check your balance at any time, review your transactions, and it's another way for you to make payments to your provider and request reimbursement. But what I really use this app for is for my receipts. This just allows me to go ahead and take a picture from my phone of my receipts, and then I can upload it right away to that documentation library that I showed you. So we're just all about giving you as many powerful resources as we possibly can here at Health Equity. And then the last takeaway here, I do want to leave you with our account mentor team. This department is truly the heart and soul of our company, so please never hesitate to reach out and give them a call. They are available every hour of every day, and again, they're just always here for you. So that does conclude my portion of the presentation today. I truly hope you learned more about your member portal account, but again, if you do want more information on your member portal account and just to kind of learn more, please don't hesitate to reach out to our account mentor team, and they can really take the time and just go over more what this portal can do for you. So again, thank you so much for your time today, and have a wonderful day.